Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. With the Modern Warfare 3 beta nearing its conclusion and the game not too far away from release, there's been lots of talk about how good the sniper rifles might be in this game going forwards. Will they have to get banned by the pros yet again? The last couple of years, massive controversy over the snipers, whether they were too powerful, whether the pros needed a gentleman's agreement then from professional play in order to keep the game balanced, at least as far as they're concerned. The community though had a different opinion. Dashy says the snipers in this game are very strong. There's definitely some clips that attest to that we'll see over the coming minutes. What will the pros do about it? Will the community backlash as usual? Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Firstly, I saw this going around yesterday. You typically on high rise, if you wanted to get up to this spot, had to go on the other side of the map and go all the way around the top. But if you get up here, you can hit the strafe jump, which I'm not sure was possible all the way back in the day. I'm pretty sure it wasn't possible to hit a strafe jump that far in in the original title, but nowadays you can do this. So you're still a bit exposed, because I was mentioning this spot on the roof because it's a spot that is, well, it's the classic high-rise jump spot, but it's one that isn't, well, with a sniper you could be pretty valuable in this position, but typically the pros would say, oh, you can't get up there. But then again, it's so difficult to get up there usually that you'd think, well, if someone actually does make it all the way around the jump spot and around the outside of the map without getting killed, then maybe fair play, they can get up there and it's allowed because it is part of the map. It's not a glitch spot or anything like that. It is intended to be the case. But now you can get up there slightly more easily. I wonder if the pros will say, you know what, for high-rise search and destroy, this is straight up not allowed. But once you are up here, like, you can't plant the bomb from up here, you know what I mean? So that's one thing to look at. We also did see yesterday for Treyarch's Call of Duty 2024 title. Now, we believe in 2025, there's some rumors that that game might be like an add-on to Treyarch's game, which could be basically a Black Ops 2 remaster type thing. Microsoft, though, might have an entirely different plan on that. But we saw yesterday that for next year's game, Grind and WMD were leaked. Now, maybe it's not WMD because there are some map names that have been leaked here, one of which is Grind, one of which, of course, is Firing Range, a classic map that's always coming back. These are some other map names as well, so I'm guessing they're cooking up at least some original maps for next year's title, which is probably going to be kind of welcome given that this year it's just copy and paste from 2009. Now, as the beta continues here in MW3, there's been more tournaments that go down. It's always fun when the players try to make this happen. There's a lot of waiting around that happens here because you get a team of 6, you play the tournament, and you just go into lobbies until you actually find yourself in a match against the other team, which can take a long time. And yes, well, Search and Destroy was added into the game yesterday as well. So they were playing some S&D tournaments. And as Parasite says, 6v6, MW3, S&D Switch, $1,200 champs, Gwyn, Slasher, and then these other guys as well. So, yeah, well played to those guys for sure. And as Slasher said, made my beta tournament debut today, and that was stressful. I don't know how people are waiting for Party Simulator all day. And Clay's like had to abandon ship on that because it's just so annoying. 3, 2, 1, go, 3, 2, 1, go, like etc, etc. Try and get the matches. Not easy, but every year people are going to try and do it for sure. There was also this from Mutex as well. I thought was funny that they also won a CMG S&D beta tournament with these guys. Shifty, actually, Prolut, Nero, Standy, I believe. And as he says, $32 each. Let's go, baby. Like, he's absolutely hyped with that W. So, yeah, what a payday for the gentleman right there. And even as TJ says, Slasher is in 3 beta tournaments, torching my time right now. So I think that can be one of the issues. Given the amount of waiting around, you can enter multiple tournaments, you keep people waiting around, they're keeping you waiting around, and well, anyway, they got the job done. They got some cash in the bank at the end of the day, and it's always good fun. I mean, these guys just want to compete, don't they? They'll do everything they can to compete, and there was a bit of a back and forth here between Zinni and Scrappy, which is, well, pretty entertaining, I'm not going to lie. Just before we get on to the sniper stuff, I did want to say this from Parasite on how the game is going to play different between ranked play and professional play. In pro play, there's always some sort of gentleman's agreement on trophy systems. You know, back in the day, they were just a piece of, you know, standard tactical equipment you could deploy. Nowadays, it's a field upgrade, and there aren't many, with Dead Silence being the covert sneakers. There aren't really many other field upgrades that are actually useful apart from the trophy system. Now, in professional play, the pros will say, right, we can have 1 or 2 trophies per team. And that's usually a pretty good balance. But in ranked play, it's likely, as it stands, unless there is a good competitor to trophy, that teams will just use 4 trophies per team, which means that nades will basically be useless, right? I mean, if you've got 4 trophies sitting in the hardpoint, good luck getting a nade or a stun in there, which isn't really the best for competitive play. For the pros, it's fine, because they can manage that with their own internal GAs. But in ranked play, that creates an issue. So that is one thing to look out for, whether there's going to be a good field upgrade alternative to the trophy going forwards, because if there's not, then ranked might not play in an ideal manner, especially if a team has got a nice setup and it's like, well, what am I meant to do? I can't even throw any grenades over this wall because they just get destroyed. And it's the same story in a way for the sniper rifles, when in professional play, they can deal with the snipers. I mean, this clip from Octane is pretty disgusting. I believe this is the longbow, right? Now, he's using it with a pretty close range scope, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, gets the 5th as well, and nearly gets the 6th, but unfortunately hit markers it because he decides to jump and didn't quite get the 6 on there, unfortunately, but it was a nice try from Octane. And as you can tell, yes, Octane can shoot straight. He was a very good sniper in his day. I mean, still today, to be fair. Like, not like he was bad when he decided to retire, but at the end of the day, the sniper's pretty good, and that's very evident if you watch any gameplay on this. From day one, it was clear, watching Spratty's clips and stuff, that, yeah, the sniper's pretty good in this game. And it's the same story. The pros will decide to deal with this if they feel like it's relevant. In ranked play, you know, if the snipers are too strong, that's kind of just like the way it goes, and to be honest, it kind of makes things pretty fun. But still, the pros won't be maybe happy that the snipers are this good, and they might want some arrangements to be found, as has been the case the last couple of years. This is what Dashy has to say as well on it, and says, yeah, look, the snipers, from what he's played and what he's heard, are really tasty in this game.
If this game is really good, I'm going to be like...
Yeah, I even saw like Octane tweet that. He's like, damn, like, my man's just kind of like pissed that he retired. I'm kind of glad he did. That team broke up. We didn't got to worry about them
Which
no
one?
more.
Which one?
Octane?
Oh.
Motherfuckers always be this shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I personally think we're in for a good season. Look, if the gameplay and the fine-tuning, if they just take a little bit more time on the fine-tuning of the competitive aspect of this thing, I think that we are in for a sick-ass year. The snipers work. I haven't used it at all because it's just not my thing. But... have you used it? You haven't played it at all.
Snipers are
you know what I heard?
Snipers are crazy.
Time out.
Snipers are crazy.
I played yesterday actually for only 30 minutes.
So that's the first time you played it.
He was shooting though. He was shooting.
Well, of course.
Of course I'm shooting. It's like surprise. Like he was shooting.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's like when I was making those free throws and there was like, oh my god!
Like guys, everyone calm down. Like this is literally the routine.
Oh no, fuck! I hope that video never releases.
Apparently, there's a sniper that if you buy the $100 edition before the game drops, like to pre-order it, you get like this AK sniper.
Oh my God.
One-shot semi-automatic.
Wait, the pay-to-win. Oh my, that pay-to-win sniper was insane.
And
snipers are crazy.
Yeah. And they made it obviously. Wait, they're actually smart for this. They made it absolutely overpowered, but like you have to pre-order the more expensive like edition of the game.
Sniping's back. Sniping's really good. Sniping's quick.
Can somebody send me a text? I want to send an email about this pay-to-win sniper.
It's literally a pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
This dude's pre-firing me, like what?
I won't lie. Camping real hard. I got feels.
Oh, my battery wasn't working. I feel like I advanced UAV, but it's using like over there.
Sniping? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. They didn't knock out of me.
I got you, brother.
I like that.
Oh my God.
Shit.
You're insane.
I don't know how to did that. I did it.
So the snipers are always good to some degree, and to be fair, even last year the sniper was good. I mean, the sniper didn't shoot incredibly quickly, and it didn't aim down sight incredibly quickly, especially when there was no attachments. But yeah, look at this little 9 or so second ace here from Beans that he got during last season. So, you know, the sniper was definitely very good last season, no doubt, but at the end of the day, the pros decided to only pretty much use one per team, and that's usually how it goes. The last couple of years, there's been mass controversy over this. During Cold War especially, Cold War, I'm not going to lie, the snipers were ridiculous. There was like, no, they had pretty decent aim assist. It was difficult to counter them at all. They shot really quickly. There was barely any sway. They aimed down sights really fast. The snipers in Cold War were very good, no doubt. Now, should they have been bad? I don't think so. But the pros decided that, well, the smoke grenades, they have this one-way thing, so we can't really use smokes, and if you're not going to be able to use smokes, then how do you counter a sniper? Well, you can counter a sniper with another sniper, and I think, honestly, that's the way that it should be done. If someone's posted up with a sniper on the other team, you can bring one out as well and counter that guy. Like, that is a legitimate strategy. But the pros decided they wanted to get rid of it. And the problem is that once they did that once, they then thought, actually, you know what? Why don't we do this again? Because the pros, they don't really care about the entertainment value for the fans. They just want to reduce as much as possible anything they perceive as like randomness or anything along those lines. They'll be quite happy to get rid of to make it as vanilla as it possibly can be, even if snipers really don't violate the competitive integrity at all, which I don't really think they do. But because the pros got a taste of it in Cold War, when Vanguard came out, and Vanguard, the snipers weren't really that good. And let's not forget, once they did actually allow snipers in, some teams wouldn't even use them. There were some sniper rifles used in Vanguard, but the pros massively overestimated how good they actually were. And despite the fact that at the start of Vanguard, all the teams voted to get them gone, they then got forced by the community to change their mind. And then we saw in Modern Warfare 2, the snipers were back again. But the snipers were back with some caveats. The pro said, all right, we're going to make sure that all the attachments are banned. So, you know, that was one way around it to ensure that the pros were happy and the fans were kind of happy as well to at least see snipers in the game, because I think it is for the betterment of the game. When you've got good players hitting sniper rifle shots, I think there's, you know, that adds to the entertainment value certainly in Search and Destroy, and I think it makes the gameplay better straight up as well. So will they do the same thing this year, or will they decide? Because last year, the snipers were good, but I wouldn't say they're great. This year, they look probably better than they were last year. So I think that this is going to be a bit of controversy again, because, you know, some teams, if they don't have a good sniper rifle player on their roster, or that they don't think that style of Search and Destroy favors their team, they will basically try and get them gone. As we saw last year, though, getting the attachments banned rather than the full snipers is probably what the pros will try and decide to do, and that might be a decent middle ground workaround here. But yeah, tweet your thoughts on that, because JurNii and Dashy are both saying, yeah, the snipers are pretty insane in this game, which it seems like they are based on some of the clips that I have seen. And I mean, there was even this going around as well. I just thought it was quite nice timing, really. This guy hits the first ever crane shot on Modern Warfare 3, which is, you know, this really does bring me back, right? Top of the crane here on MW2 back in the day. And, okay, the sniper doesn't have to be good to hit the shots, but still, I mean, the snipers are pretty good in this game. No one's denying it. And especially when you consider some of these maps, such as High Rise, where snipers were very prevalent back in the day and will likely continue to be the case in the modern day. Could you have 2 sniper rifles per team on this map holding crossfires and holding angles? You know, there was, Aches was talking about that maps like Invasion, there's certain angles you can hold with a sniper, and you just can't get to the site unless you get sniped crossing or trying to cross at least. There is some ways around that. Hopefully smokes are viable and don't have this one-way effect, and Cellium can fix that so you can use that to counter certain angles like you could back in, let's say, COD Ghost. And World War II was the same thing where smokes were used to counter snipers, but yeah, bit of a concern for sure, I think, as it stands, that once again we're going to get a big piece of drama on this. Did also want to mention, because I shared those clips of HyDra, and I'm not sure I've seen any player move so far in this beta the way that HyDra is moving. I mean, I know that people were talking about New York and saying, oh, well, New York probably the 4th best team or anything because, you know, OpTic have upgraded, FaZe have upgraded, Toronto have upgraded. New York, we're not so sure, so, you know, maybe they're the 4th best team. But, I mean, people, I think, forget a little bit quickly, like, how insane HyDra is. And the fact that New York still have HyDra, and he was clearly the MVP of last season. And yeah, his POV is just absolutely absurd. I'm not sure I've seen anyone look as clean as this on the new game. But to be fair, pretty much all the players you'd expect to look good on the new game are looking good on the new game. So I think we're in for a pretty spectacular season. And just to close out with you guys, Bose has released another track. It's been quite some time, I think, since Bose has released a track. You guys know Bose had a couple of tracks he dropped a couple of years ago now, but he dropped another one yesterday called Viral. I actually kind of like it, so I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, very much interested in your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.